Hello, it's Margot of The Bigs Go African. In case you've forgotten, it's been a while. This is the long overdue vlog number 9. So, yes, it has been a while since I have communicated in this way to my friends and family. So I've got a lot to say. I have in the past said I would try to keep these vlogs shortish. However, if I'm going to leave so long in between vlogs, I've got a lot to say. So I'm going to do my best. First of all, can I just comment? Liberia is really, really hot. Like, I sweat a lot. You know, like in Australia, if I went to work and got like wet armpits, I would be so embarrassed. I'd be like, oh my gosh, I've got pit stains. Here, well, that's gone out the window because the entire outfit is generally wet. Just saying, just a little comment on the Liberian humidity. So other than that, one of the big things I want to say in this vlog is I am doing so much better. Yes! I mean, life still isn't that easy, but life's not easy for anyone, is it? But I feel like I am really finally starting to settle. We've been in Liberia for 7-8 months, in Africa for over a year. Last year was really tough, and I kind of thought that's how it would go. I thought the first year might be really tough, and that's kind of what happened. The culture shock was brutal, the homesickness was really hard, the empty nest syndrome, that is a real thing. I had to find a whole new identity. I cried a lot. Looking back through my old vlogs, I'm really glad I was honest. I remember the one vlog saying, I want to go home, because there's times that I felt like that. But I'm so relieved to be able to say that I'm doing so much better. I'm finding so much more joy. I'm feeling more at home. I'm very, very fulfilled in my work at the hospital. I'm so proud of Stephen for what he is doing, just making a massive difference here. It really is an honor to serve the Lord in this way. So I'm glad that I'm through the worst of that transition. I still have hard days. I still shed tears. Sometimes I walk past the boys' photo hanging up on our wall and it's like, oh, I miss you. But whatevs, you know, whatever, really. So what else? Okay, so much has happened. I've been doing lots of volunteer work at the mission hospital. I don't have a defined role. I do all sorts of different things. Lately, I've been spending 3 days a week helping in the under 5s clinic. So we see a lot of sick children there, a lot of very malnourished children. If you follow Facebook, you will see I've put the odd photo, things like that on. I do get to cuddle lots of babies, which is quite a delight for me. I do love to cuddle babies. So they are all just so cute. I do see a lot of heartbreaking stories, situations. The poverty here, Liberia apparently has actually just been recently classified as the poorest country in the world by certain standards. So I think maybe it's by income, something like that. Anyway, let's just say it's a really poor country. And I still find it very confronting. I still lose sleep over it. I still find it hard to know when to help people and what people to help. There are scammers out there, just like there is everywhere. I still find I'm still inexperienced. You know, I don't know everything. But I think it's good that I'm aware that I don't know everything, because I try to be really cautious. So the clinic, yes, the malnutrition under 5s clinic is just doing the most amazing things, literally saving lives. Like, I've never seen anything like it. We had a child come in recently, 2 months old, actually looked like I looked at him and thought, oh my gosh, he's already died. He actually was alive and is still living. He's 2 months old, his mother's milk dried up. She was feeding him water and a little bit of glucose, and he just looked totally wasted. We admitted him and started feeding him, and you should see him. He has survived. He is putting on weight. These sorts of stories are incredibly joyous for me. And that's just one of so many. So I do come across very sad stories. I'm trying to help a lady at the moment who looks like she's about my age. Her daughter had twins. The twin girls, called Faith and Favor, are 17 months old. Actually, they might be 18 months now. They both weighed about 6 kilograms. Her daughter died a couple of months ago, so she's now looking after her granddaughters. All the men in the family have kind of run off. She has no income. She came in, the children were basically dying. So we have now been supplying her with what we call plumpy nut, which is a bit like peanut butter, it looks like, but it's a special ready-to-use therapeutic food, which we give out in sachets. And they come back every week or two, and we supply them with more until they're through the crisis point. But some people, God just puts on my heart to help more, and so I put a call out on Facebook, and I've had some people who've been able to give towards her, and so I have been able to supply her with some basic needs, some basic food, nappies. She didn't even have clothing for the children. After a few weeks, the twins' cheeks are starting to fill out a bit. One of them has started walking, which is exciting. They weren't walking because they had no energy to do anything. They're smiling, they're interacting more. So when I'm able to help people, it's great. I love it. And I'm so grateful to those in Australia or wherever that are able to send some money to help with these things. I'm gonna have to edit this video a bit. I'm kind of all over the place in my thoughts. So if the editing is not so smooth, bear with me. I've never professed to be a professional YouTube vlogger. Like and subscribe, whatever. Like if you want, subscribe if you want. I'm really not worried. So I still am struggling with the Liberian English. So that's what they speak here. Really, it shouldn't be called Liberian English because it doesn't sound anything like English to me. It should be called Liberian Chinese or something, because it's so hard to understand. And what's frustrating is that you can't really get language lessons as such. I have had a friend come and just spend time with me trying to teach me about the language. I think it's helped, but it's not a place where you can come and you do your language training and then you go to work. It's supposed to be English, but anyway, it's not, in my opinion. So do pray for that. It's probably one of the biggest stresses I find in my life. Sorry, someone's just walking past the front of the house. It's actually hard to do a vlog around here because compound life is busy. There's people popping in. Anyway, whatever. Lucky I'm not a professional. Yeah, so Liberian English, it's really hard. I think maybe I'm a bit better with it. Hard to know. So there's that. Another thing I want to mention on this vlog is that this year there are a lot of changes happening in MAF Liberia. So our program manager has moved on to start a new program, which is great. So we now have an acting program manager. Our other pilot and our engineer are both going to be leaving this year because they have children who have schooling needs. And we really need more staff here because Stephen can't do all the flying on his own. So that's just another prayer need. If you would pray for that, that would be awesome. I mean, in general, do keep us in your prayers. If we didn't have people praying for us, we would not survive here. It's not easy. I do lose a bit of sleep over what I see here. I'm still learning how to process it all. Sometimes it's makes sense, other times it doesn't. Like, okay, last week I went and visited a lady called Pinky. She's probably maybe early 50s. She lives in what I can only describe as a hovel. 2 small rooms. There are 8 of them living there. The roof is leaky. When it rains, they just have to sit up all night on chairs. They've got, she's got some of her children and her grandchildren. 2 of them are twin 9-month-old boys. I mean, she's just one story in many, but I laid awake thinking, how am I going to help her? I can't afford to just find her a place to live and pay the rent? How is she going to get income? There are so many questions. Other times I lie awake at night for ridiculous reasons. Like, for example, there's a lady, one of the beggars outside one of the supermarkets who's in a wheelchair, who I'll often give to. And one day after shopping, I came home and I thought, what happens if her wheelchair breaks? I don't know where she got the wheelchair. What if it breaks? What's she going to do? I mean, she's fine. The wheelchair's fine. But I'm lying in bed, not sleeping, thinking, oh my gosh, it's all my responsibility, which of course is ridiculous. So I am a work in progress. I am learning and very grateful for God's peace and joy in my heart, and the fact that I know I can trust Him. And if someone gave me some money and I'm trying to make a decision on how best to use it, I know I can trust God to lead me. Woo! So I'm going to leave it there for today. Thank you for listening to my ramblings. And like I said, I might need to edit this a bit because I have rambled all over the place. Anyway, thank you for your support. Thank you for your prayer. I love you guys. Happy that I'm doing better. One day, maybe I'll feel completely at home here. All right, bye for now.